Aloha everybody, welcome back to my channel. Kaiwaza with you, and we're going to continue on our Hawaiian record collection video today. What are we up to now? Number 266 or something? Anyway, we're covering the letter V, and we're going to pick up where we left off. And I'm sorry if you hear, there might be a little ambient construction noise. Two apartments down, I guess the tenant moved out, and they're kind of, it's a very old building, and they're, I guess when somebody moves out, they're redoing the kitchenette area with like new fixtures and new stoves or something, so they're putting something in there today. So there might be a little noise, but I'm off today and I want to go to the beach in a little bit, so we're just going to go forge ahead and continue with this video. The letter V. Okay, we're up to somebody who was quite an influential artist in Hawaiian music, and that is Palani Vaughan. This is the first album, Meet Palani Vaughan and the Sunday Manoa. This is on Hula Records. Now, the Sunday Manoa this is the only thing they did together. After this, Sunday Manoa recorded their own albums, very successful. Palani Vaughan recorded his own albums, very successful. So, but this was their, I believe, the first thing. Definitely the first for Palani Vaughan, I think the first for Sunday Manoa. This picture taken at the Bishop Museum, by the way. And these are all Hawaiian songs from, kind of from the royalty era, I think all of them, most of them. And Palani Vaughan, well, what would I say, just had a very deep, very resonant, very beautiful, beautiful voice. Really one of the most beautiful voices, I think, of Hawaiian music. I think you could probably say like maybe Alfred Apaka and Palani Vaughan are, I think, very beautiful and distinctive voices in Hawaiian music. Yeah, and this was the first Palani Vaughan album. Typical of Hula Records with the descriptions of the song titles. And like I said, this was their only album together. Then Sunday Manoa did their own stuff. Palani Vaughan does his own stuff. Now his second album, Hawaiian Love Songs, with Hawaii's newest romantic voice, Palani Vaughan. So here he's billed, you know, as a very romantic singer, kind of in the line of Alfred Apaka, but these are all well-known kind of Hapahaole songs, with the exception of a new song written called Honolulu, or I Fell in Love with Honolulu, which did become quite popular and has been covered by many other artists.
Tis for you that my heart is yearning. My thoughts are always returning.
This one also on Hula Records. Okay, now after this, he really goes in a very different direction. That album, Hawaiian Love Songs, really established him, and then this, he just goes in this completely different direction with a series of 4 extremely successful albums that kind of marked his career. The first of which, it's a 4-volume series, Ya'oi e Kala. This is Palani Vaughan singing the music of Hawaii's King David Kalakaua on the 100th anniversary of his reign, February 12th, 1874. So this is an album from 1974, and these are all songs either by King Kalakaua or by Palani Vaughan on the subject matter of the reign and time period of King Kalakaua. And this is a figure he became very identified with and did this series of 4 albums about. This is the first one. Nakahili Productions Records. King Kalakaua was important in amongst the Hawaiian monarchs for many different reasons, but primarily for our purposes, really, he was really known as the ruler who brought back a resurgence of Hawaiian language and Hawaiian culture, which had been kind of pushed underground through the missionary influence and Western influences. And hula was not, performed in public. It was sort of banned, and that was happening. So he really brought it back into the public arena and had public hula performances, and brought about like a real revival or reemergence, or brought Hawaiian culture and dance into the public eye as acceptable at the time. So he's really remembered for that. In fact, he's called the Merry Monarch, and the Merry Monarch Hula Festival in Hilo, Hawaii, which is today a huge event, is named after him, the Merry Monarch Kalakaua, for reviving hula in a public way. This is volume 2. Palani Vaughan singing the music of Hawaii's King David Kalakaua, recalling the celebration of his 50th birthday on November 16th, 1886. And because a lot of these songs, both the royal compositions and the compositions of Palani Vaughan on these records, were important and had a lot of significance. There's copious amounts of liner notes and descriptions and translations of lyrics because it was, was important what was being said. Ya'oe Kala, Volume 3, Palani Vaughan sings in honor of Hawaii's King David Kalakaua as he fondly recalls the footprints of the Renaissance monarch. 1977, this album is from. I think all of these records, the Palani Vaughan recordings, these Ya'oe Kala ones, are really, if you're collecting Hawaiian music or interested in Hawaiian music, are really important because, of course, we all love the, lovely hula hands or whatever, I don't want to say tourists, but hapahali kind of like Hawaiian music, steel guitars and all that, and I love that, love it, totally love it. But there's some, amazingly beautiful compositions, really, really beautiful singing. It's historically important, I think, this series of albums. If you're really collecting Hawaiian music, you really should have some of this, I think, in your collection. The last one he did was 1980, Volume 4, Palani Vaughan and the King's Own singing of Hawaii's King David Kalakaua on the 100th anniversary of his triumphant world tour in 1881. King Kalakaua actually was the first monarch in the world in 1881 to circumnavigate the globe. He actually went all around the world and visited different monarchs and in different countries. He also tried unsuccessfully to create a united Polynesian kingdom with Samoa and Hawaii and some other places because the influence of the West and the States and whatever was so profound and prevalent here, and they feared of just being overtaken, which did in fact happen. That he was, trying to prevent that and thinking of possibly a united Polynesian kingdom, but it didn't happen. This is the last one. This was celebrating his world tour of 1881. And the album's from 1980, and it's the last.
Ho'okahi mapuna leo ua lava yaika make.
Now, Palani Vaughan did continue a little bit of recording after this. It was 1980, the last one. The last album, I think he did a cassette. Well, I know he did a couple years later, saluting the many Hawaii people of Japanese ancestry, and did songs saluting individuals who were well known of Japanese ancestry here. It's a very nice cassette. I don't have it. It's very expensive whenever I see it, so if I see it for cheap sometime, I'm going to get it, but I don't have it. And then I think that's it. Things of his were released on CD, but I think that was the end of his actual recording. And he did pass away actually just a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, Palani Vaughan. So, yeah, that's Palani Vaughan. And we're going to stop there for today, and I hope you enjoyed that. Give it a thumbs up if you like that and would like to see more. Subscribe, and if you enjoy this kind of music, you can listen to Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio. It's a easy listening Hawaiian music station that I have on live365.com. All music from my collection, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can hear it for free if you're living in the US, Canada, or the UK. You might want to check that out. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good week. And let me know if you have any of these albums or any interest in them or whatever. Love to hear from you what your thoughts are. Take care. Have a good week.